Michelle Lund, please.
Hi, I'm here with Sisters of the Road as well. I don't have much of a testimony prepared, but I do have a few points I'd like to bring up that I think are very valid and we should look at. Through some of the research I was doing with the history of the JTTF, I found out and was reminded of the mistaken arrest of Brendan Mayfield in 2004. Excuse me. And how the fingerprints that were found were said to be his. And they were said to be his by the FBI, but the Spanish investigators said that they were not. I feel as though this is something that would continuously and may still continue to come up and is never addressed. He was a convert to the Muslim religion, and I also feel that that's something that is a target right away. So they are drawn to that. We are under the Fourth Amendment, prohibits the unreasonable searches and seizes, and sets out requirements for search warrants based on probable cause. There was warrantless surveillance done on him. He was subjected to sneak and peek and electronic surveillance under foreign intelligence, under the Foreign Intelligence Act. So these are just points I thought are valid and should have been brought up and should be looked at, especially, and to not bring the JTTF to Portland. We need to stand up for that and keep this area safe.
So, commissioners, without positioning on our recommendations to join or not join the JTTF, can I have you each share your reflections on it this evening?
I'm just glad we took the time and the opportunity to hear from you folks, and I look forward to our discussions on this moving forward. I too am very glad that we had this hearing. It's great to hear the community's thoughtful concerns, insight, perspectives on this issue, and I also look forward to the discussion on HRC's recommendations.
I guess I want to echo the appreciation. I've been taking notes and just really want to applaud each of you who spoke, because it is difficult to be up front and have a timer in front of you and sort of have a very formal setting. But I think I just really, in our deliberations and in our information gathering, this is very helpful because we recognize the significance of the decision, and each of you who shared your experiences, and also another personal gratitude to our veterans, because I'm forever grateful, and it's very important to hear from your experiences.
I just want to share my gratitude. We're all here volunteering our time, but actually we're not volunteer, but dedicated and proud to give our time to our city, to make our city more perfect. But really what I want to say is I appreciate each one of you. I know how difficult it is to come and park in downtown, and it's not free, you have to pay. So I really appreciate taking time, especially it is not the middle of the day. Some of you looking daycare, some of you asking some arrangements, and giving up time with your family, we really, really appreciate that. But also I really appreciate the awareness, education that you put forward for us to learn what you think and what our community thinks as well. And they will really also encourage our commission to do multiple of these hearings, not only regarding JTTF, but multiple topics that can make our city again more perfect. But I love that having this open forum to hear and listen to what you have to say. After all, we are here to serve you as well. Thank you.
I too feel really grateful for everybody who came and testified today. I've been listening, taking notes and listening as you shared just for the kind of the ways that human rights will be impacted if we join or don't join. That's kind of at least the perspective that I know we all bring to this. So I really appreciate just the contributions all of you have made to helping to bring out what the state of human rights are in Portland and what we can do to help further human rights.
It is good to hear from the community. I wish, though, that we could stay here another 4, 5, 6 hours, because I would have loved to hear more people from the community sharing their perspective on this incredibly important issue. I do thank the speakers, because it takes a lot of guts to do that, but I also thank those of you who are here to support. It also takes those of us who aren't always speaking to surround and support those who do. So thank you for being here also. I've got to tell you that the information that I heard is incredibly helpful, as well as the passion that I felt from most of you. I'm a passionate guy, and passion to me sometimes is more loquacious than the best argument ever presented. So thank you for being here with all of your heart and soul.
I also want to thank the members of the community, both the individuals and those who are representing various groups in the community. I think all of us are grateful for the perspectives that you provide on this issue that we're approaching. But I want to turn part of my comments back to our commission and the ad hoc committee that's going to come together and echo, I think, some of the things I've heard and have been thinking about. And I'm curious whether or not that committee will be gathering additional information about how oversight will work and some of the issues that we've heard about along those lines. And I don't know that we have an answer to that or will, but we'll leave that in the minds of those who are going to gather as part of our ad hoc committee prior to the commission gathering as a whole to discuss this overall. So that's where I'll leave my comments.
I too would like to thank everybody for coming. I wear kind of an unusual hat, I think, on the Human Rights Commission. I've been trained by FEMA in National Emergency Management and Response, and as a result of that training, I was a responder to Katrina and really saw it with a breakdown of multi-jurisdictional communication where it did not work. I also served as an employee of the City of Portland for 24 years, and I strongly believe in accountability and community oversight. And I think that, you know, those two perspectives really bring me to be very grateful for hearing community folks talk about those two perspectives, because we do need to all communicate with each other from the federal level to the local. And we also really need to preserve our ability to hold accountable those who are on our city payroll.
I just would like to thank all of you for your insights that you shared with us today have deepened not so much deepened, have made me even think that I have to do more thinking and more studying about a very difficult issue. So I don't know if I want to thank you for that or not, but you did what you were supposed to do.
I thank you for being willing to express your love for the city you live in, and to some extent for the country that you live in, and for what it brings to us. I think that's what makes this work, if it's going to work at all, regardless of where you stand on whether or not we should join the task force. We have to speak up. We have to say what it is we believe in, and we have to be able to weigh the information, not just the emotion, but the information to take us to a place that perhaps we can agree on. So again, I'm another person that appreciates you, and thank you for speaking up. That's hard.
Can I make a comment, ask a question? She mentioned that she worked for FEMA, and to me that's kind of a conflict of interest. I mean, all of you should be citizens and really not have been paid in the past by these bureaucracies.
Let me be clear.
Or just,
I wasn't paid by FEMA. I took FEMA training while on the payroll of the city of Portland.
Even that still, it kind of, considering that.
sir, we'll just go ahead and finish
I think
with our.
everybody understands what I'm saying.
First of all, I'd like to apologize for being late. It was a personal emergency that I needed to take care of, and it was not my disregard for what you have to say. I appreciate you exercising your constitutional rights to be here and speak up, speak your truth. That's very important for us to have the points of view of all citizens. And it's very important that we execute our constitutional right and make sure that we have a living, breathing constitution. And you are all making sure that that occurs. We heard points of view previously from the FBI and the U.S. Deputy's Office, and this helps to give another point of view. I didn't hear the first speakers, but as a teacher, I was listening to your speaking, so I was also critiquing that, and you did a very good job of speaking. And it makes me proud to be a citizen of Portland on this commission and also a citizen of this country. Thank you for stepping up and willing to take a risk.
Thank you, all of you commissioners, for weighing in. I want to also express my gratitude for the community coming in and providing input that will cause me to deepen my reflection on all of the information that's been presented to us as a commission, and do some more research myself too, and some questions that were raised here for me. I also want to appreciate the staff and the gratitude for the work that you put in all the time to help us gain the best information and be present out in the community. Thank you for the U.S. Attorney's Office for being here, and for the City Attorney for doing their presentation. Herman, I also wanted to thank Dr. Franco for his work on the Advisory Council to bring this commission into recommission for the City of Portland. I really value the work that we are able to do here in this fine city. I also wanted to make an announcement about the Channel 30 will rebroadcast. Not only is it being presented live tonight as we're here meeting, but it'll also be represented on Thursday, February 3rd at 5:30 p.m., on Sunday, February 6th at 8 a.m., on Monday, February 7th at 9:30 p.m., Tuesday, February 8th at 11 a.m., and Friday, February 11th at 12 p.m., in case anybody needs to revisit or listen again to what was presented here. With all of that being said, Abdul, did you? Oh, well, I did mention at the beginning of the meeting that we have the ad hoc committee formed for those of you who came in later in the game. That ad hoc committee consists of representation from Kathleen Sadat, Tricia Knoll, David Martinez, and Abdul, I'm sorry, I skipped over you, Majidi. They will be bringing information back to the Human Rights Commission on February 23rd. That is a public meeting. It'll be housed at the Office of Human Relations at 4:30 p.m. You're all welcome to come and listen to our process at that time. Anything else? Thank you all for spending time with us this evening.